All right, thanks, guys. We are currently on a 7-2 run in our last 9 premium picks on patreon.com/Brock Page. We're also a perfect 4-0 in our last 4 daily double picks on that website, which costs just $1.99 per month. Link for that site is in the description section below. That is patreon.com/Brock Page. Now, guys, we got ourselves a very full slate of NHL action here tonight. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with the Stars taking on the Lightning. This should be a pretty good matchup here. When was the last time you saw a total on a Lightning game at 5.5? But anyway, this is going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop at the Amalie Arena in Tampa. The Lightning are the $1.65 favorite at home. And like I said, totals at 5.5. Now, we did see a 10-cent fade of Tampa Bay and movement downward on the total. The Lightning opened as the $1.75 favorite, down to minus 165. Total opened 6, down to 5.5. 63% are leaning Tampa Bay, 58% shaded toward the under. Right now, Dallas is plus $1.45 on the money line. Tampa Bay plus 155 on the puck line. Now, Tampa Bay ranks in the bottom 5 in goals allowed at home. They've also successfully covered the puck line in just 6 out of 17 home games this year. Dallas, on the other side, 4-2 straight up in their last 6. They're ranking first in the NHL in goals allowed. You cannot score against these guys. And they're allowing just 2.81 goals per contest on the road this year. Dallas, 25-10 to the under on the season, 10-6 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the Stars, plus 1.5, and the under 5.5 in that game. Next matchup, Islanders taking on the Bruins, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Boston. Boston coming off their first home loss, their first home regulation loss, if I may clarify that. But anyway, the Bruins are the $1.90 favorite at the Garden, totals 5.5. We saw a 20-cent move toward Boston in the early wagering. The Bruins open $1.70 up to minus 190, totals 5.5. 64% are leaning Boston, 68% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Islanders are plus $1.65 on the money line. Boston plus $1.45 on the puck line. Boston 12-1-6 at home. They're allowing just 2.4 goals per contest at the Garden, and they rank top 10 in scoring in the NHL. Now, the Islanders on the other side really not providing a whole lot of scoring chances for themselves. They rank in the bottom 3 in offensive shots, and they are scoring just 2.6 goals per contest away from home. Now, total-wise, New York is 12-3 to the under when traveling. Boston 11-8 to the under at the Garden. Give me the Bruins minus 190 and the under 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Sabres, Flyers, 7 o'clock Philadelphia. The Flyers are the $1.35 favorite, total at 6. We saw a 10-cent fade of Philadelphia. No movement on the total as of yet. Flyers open $1.45 down to minus 135. Totals at 6 flat. 56% are leaning Flyers, 53% shaded toward the under. And right now, Buffalo's plus $1.15 on the money line. Philadelphia plus $1.80 on the puck line. Phillies 11-2-4 at home, top 3 in goals allowed at home. Meanwhile, Buffalo 6-9-4 when traveling. They rank in the bottom 10 in shots allowed. Now, 7 out of Buffalo's last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Flyers did get over the number. They're also 11-8 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean Flyers minus 135 and the over 6 goals in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Thursday's NHL action, but before we dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/Brock Page, where we are currently red hot right now. We're 7-2 in our last 9 premium picks on that site. We're also a perfect 4-0 in our last 4 daily double picks on that site, and we are 5-3 straight up in our last 8 daily double picks on that site as well. We do daily premium picks on that page, beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And if you want to check out my current record, you can do that for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. My record's right on the homepage. That is patreon.com/Brock Page. All right, let's go ahead and get into some more lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Kings taking on the Blue Jackets. And that is going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Columbus. The Blue Jackets are minus 145, totals 5.5. We saw a nickel move toward Columbus. The Blue Jackets open $1.40 up to minus 145, totals 5.5. 66% are leaning Columbus, 71% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Kings are plus $1.25 on the money line. Columbus plus 165 on the puck line. CBJ's won their last 2 straight. They rank in the top 10 in offensive shots, top 3 in shots allowed at home. Now, the Kings on the other side really struggling on the road this year. Just 5, 12, and 2 on the road, bottom 5 in scoring. They're allowing 3.74 goals per contest when traveling. Now, total-wise, Columbus 12 and 6 to the under at home. I'm going to lean Blue Jackets minus 145 and the under 5.5 in that contest. Next game, Predators, Senators, 7:30 Ottawa. The Preds are the $1.50 favored on the road, total 6.5. Saw a nickel fade of Nashville and movement upward on the total. Nashville opened $1.55 down to minus 150. Total open 6 up to 6.5. 71% are leaning Nashville, 66% shaded toward the over. Right now the Senators are plus $1.30 on the money line. Nashville plus 170 on the puck line. Nashville is 4-2 straight up in their last 6. They're also 7-1-2 in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with Ottawa. They rank in the top 5 in scoring, and they are first in the NHL in road scoring. Now, Ottawa on the other side, losers in 7 out of their last 10. They're averaging just 2.6 goals per contest, and they rank in the bottom 10 in goals allowed. Now, Nashville's 20 and 13 to the over on the year, 10 and 4 to the over on the road. Give me the Preds minus 150 and the over 6.5 in that matchup. Next game, Blackhawks, Jets, 8 o'clock, Winnipeg. The Jets are the $1.60 favorite, total 6.5. We saw a 10-cent fade of Winnipeg in the early betting. The Jets open $1.70 down to minus 160, total 6.5. 72% are leaning Winnipeg, 65% shaded toward the over. Right now, Chicago's plus $1.40 on the money line. Winnipeg plus $1.70 on the puck line. Winnipeg is allowing just 2.8 goals per contest. They're also 10-6-1 at home, 7-3 in their last 10 versus Chicago. Now the Blackhawks, winners in just 5 out of their 16 games away from home. They rank at the bottom 10 in road scoring, bottom 5 in goals allowed. Total-wise, Winnipeg 11 and 6 to the under on their home ice. Give me the Jets minus $1.60 and the under 6.5 in that contest. Next matchup, Hurricanes, Avalanche, 9 o'clock, Colorado. The Avalanche are $1.15, total at 6. We saw a nickel fade of Colorado in the early betting. The Avalanche open $1.20 down to minus 115, totals at 6 flat. 60% are leaning Colorado, 71% shaded toward the over. Right now, Carolina's minus 105 on the money line. Avalanche plus 215 on the puck line. Colorado's 10-3-2 at home, first in scoring, top 10 in goals allowed. Carolina on the other side, just 9 and 10 against the spread when traveling. They're averaging just 2.9 goals per game on the road. Now, Carolina, conversely, is 11 and 8 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean Colorado minus 115 and the under 6 goals in that contest. Next matchup, Canadiens taking on the Flames, 9 o'clock, Calgary. The Flames are minus 130, totals 5.5. 61% on the Flames, 71% on the over. Montreal's plus $1.10. Calgary plus 180, laying the goal and a half. Calgary really struggling on the puck line at home. They've successfully covered the puck line in just 6 out of 17 games at home this year. They've also lost their last 2 straight, and they're averaging just 2.6 goals per contest. Now, Montreal, they rank in the top 3 in offensive shots, top 10 in road scoring. They are 11 and 4 against the spread when traveling. Now, total-wise, we're looking at a Calgary squad who is 24 and 12 to the under overall for the season, 10 and 7 to the under at home. Give me Montreal plus $1.10 and the under 5.5 in that contest. Next game, Wild taking on the Coyotes, 9:30 Arizona. The Coyotes are minus 160, totals 5.5. We saw a 10-cent move toward Arizona in the early betting. They open $1.50 up to minus 160. Total open 5.5 and remains at 5.5. 68% are leaning Arizona, 66% shaded toward the over. Right now, Minnesota's plus $1.40 on the money line. Arizona plus $1.65 on the puck line. Arizona just 8. Excuse me. Wow, where did that come from? Arizona just 8-1 at home, bottom 3 in home scoring. Minnesota 6-4 straight up in their last 10. They're also 11-11 against the spread on the road. So doing a pretty good job, a mediocre job covering the puck line, but they do have the ability to cover the puck line on the road. Anyway, Arizona 22-14 to the under on the year. I'm going to lean Minnesota plus 1.5 and the under 5.5 in that game. Of course, I'm going to slide to my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Golden Knights taking on the Canucks, 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Vancouver. The Golden Knights are minus 130, totals at 6. We saw a nickel fade of Vegas in the early wagering. They open $1.35 down to 130. Total opened and remains at 6. 64% are leaning Vegas, 68% shaded toward the over. Right now, Vancouver's plus $1.10 on the money line, Vegas plus 185 on the puck line. The Golden Knights have been victorious in 3 out of their last 4. They're also 7-3 straight up in their last 10. The Knights rank in the top 10 in offensive shots, and they are 8-0-1 in their last 9 head-to-head matchups with the Canucks. Now, Vancouver's ranking in the bottom 10 in shots allowed. They've failed to cover in 10 out of their last 16 at home, and they're just 1-4 straight up in their last 5. Total-wise, Vancouver 6-3 to the over in their last 9, taking on the Knights. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights minus $1.30. And the over 6 goals in that game. And I'm going to slide in my quick pick recap, once again brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are red hot right now at 7-2 in our last 9 premium picks on that website. All right, I'm going to lean Vegas Golden Knights minus 130 over 6 goals. Minnesota plus 1.5 under 5.5. Montreal plus 110 under 5.5. Colorado minus 115 under 6 goals. Winnipeg minus 160 under 6.5. Nashville minus 150 over 6.5. Boston minus 190 under 5.5. Columbus minus 145 under 5.5. Dallas plus 1.5 under 5.5. And last but certainly not least, I like Philadelphia minus 135 and the over 6 goals in that contest. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 4-0 in our last 4 daily best plays on that site. Shout out to Real Hicks for Love, Justin McCrory, RT Mason, Tom Niemiller, Billy Boogaloo, Dirk Diggler, Darnell Owens, 88 Laron, Vernon Williard, Evil Dax, Patrick Cortez, Joe Me the Money, Blacks Blazer, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Square 707 Steam PS4. That is all one name. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. We are 7-2 in our last 9 premium picks on that site. We're 4-0 in our last 4 daily best plays, and we're 5-3 in our last 8 daily double package plays. The daily best play where we are 4-0, that's $1.99 per month. That is it. All right, guys, we do daily premium picks on that site beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And I'll tell you this much, my current record on Patreon is a whole lot better than it is handicapping every single game on the board here on YouTube, throwing darts, betting every game side and total. Now, if you were to bet your hard-earned money on every single game side and total in real life, it's a formula for failure. You're not going to win. You can't win betting every single game side and total. So what we do on Patreon is we nail it down and focus in on 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, like I said, my current record on Patreon is a lot better than it is throwing darts, handicapping every single game on the board, side and total, like I do here on YouTube. Link for that site is in the description section below. You can check out my current record for free right now. It's right on the homepage. Once again, patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on patreon.com/BrockPage.